Alright, we took so extraordinarily long in that last match that match 3 started up just 2 minutes later. Of course, I would like to play first. This is one heck of a slow opener. I've got a turn 4 play and Razorfoot Griffin. I'm feeling risky, so I'll keep it. I like having 3 lands, of course. Probably had better plays. I know I have a lot of 4 drops in my deck, but I also have an awful lot of 2 drops, so not seeing any of them is kind of a downer. I'd obviously like to see Elvis Mystic or possibly Satyr Wayfinder or something like that in my opening hand, but as it is, I'm okay with this, depending on what this guy's playing, of course. He could be playing some sort of uber-aggressive red-white deck, although I think every match so far has included white, so white must have been pretty heavily drafted. Blue is not known for being heavily aggressive, so that's a good sign. There's a Satyr Wayfinder. Let's pop this guy down, hopefully not hit my Genesis Hydra yet again. Hits a 2-drop I kind of want, but I will take that forest gladly. It's always good to see 3 or 4 lands off your Satyr Wayfinder, because then you get your land and you thin your deck by an additional 3 cards. And obviously, as we found last game, it hurts when you hit your gigantic bomb rare. So we've got a Satyr Wayfinder down. Next turn we'll drop a land and say go unless we draw something good. Netcaster Spider would be a fantastic draw. So he drops his plane, or his island rather, and says go. We do not draw an impressive card, we draw planes. So I'll swing in for 1. And pass the turn back to Mr. Dak Vaden there. Blue-green. That's what we thought we were going to go into originally. Coral Barrier. Not too upset about that. Island Walk obviously doesn't affect me at all. I will drop down my Razorfoot Griffin here. I also am pretty okay with these things being on the ground. He could have a Welkin turn, but of course that's not going to do anything against a Razorfoot Griffin. Shaman of the Spring, he gets some card draw here. Establishes his board presence a bit more, but I'm going to start hitting in the air pretty heavily. I'm going to drop a Kinsbale Skirmisher here, pumping up the Razorfoot Griffin. And get in for 3 in the air. And then I'll say go, I think. Following turn, I can drop a Willforged Golem, and at that point my Overwhelm is starting to look pretty good, which, as we know, is a sorcery. Overwhelm is a sorcery. So 3/3 coming in the air, he's thinking pretty heavily about it. He lets it through. So he's down to 16. He's hitting every one of his land drops. We're about to miss our first next turn. He brings down something big. Siege Worm? Willforged Golem. Not too big of a deal when I'm going to bring down my own. Ooh, do I trade the Shaman for the Kinsvale Skirmisher? Skirmisher doesn't do anything for me anymore. Shaman doesn't do anything for him anymore. I would kind of like to have the Overwhelm. So no, I'll just let the 2 through, because I do want to have a big board presence and then Overwhelm. So let's drop that land. I will swing in for an additional 2. And I of course have this Resolute Archangel that once I start to lose more life will come down and will change things a little bit. So I'm going to drop down my own Willforged Golem and say go. Matching him card for card here. Down comes a Capsho Kite Fins. It's a pretty good play for him. Perhaps I just Overwhelm next turn, can I? I'm 1 land short. There it is. Do I Overwhelm this turn? 4/4, 5/5, 5/5, and a 7/7. He would have to block basically all of them. A lot of creatures would go to the graveyard, and I would have an Undergrowth Scavenger left. He could come in for 6 next turn, and then I can Resolute Archangel back. I think so. I think we just drop this and slam in, because he's going to block that, that, and that. I'm still going to get in for 4, and I'm going to clear all those creatures. He can snap back at me for 6. Say he has a Titanic Growth. That's 10, taking me to 2. Obviously, not a great place to be, but I'm still pretty okay with this. So the squid's going to die. That's going to die. That puts him at 9. Puts 9 through, putting him to 5. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If he does have a Titanic Strength, he does win here. But I mean, if he had a Titanic Strength, he won here anyways. He's got an Elvish Mystic. That's not a Titanic Strength. He does still have 4 cards left. He super taps down my Willforged Golem. He has a... What's he got? He has a 4-drop. An Amphin Path Mage. Interesting. Interesting. He's gonna not swing in at all. Probably a smart move. Oh, so what do we do here? My Undergrowth Scavenger would be only a 2/2. Well, that's less than ideal. So he's got 3 cards left in hand. I think maybe I just bring the Resolute Archangel in, because then I can swing in. He'll have to chump with that if he doesn't have anything for it. I get to go back to 20. I don't really want to wait one more turn to see what he has. So yeah, let's Resolute Archangel. Back to 20, I'm just going to say go. We are now in a bit of a board stall here, but it's a board stall that favors me for the moment. If he has anything to pump that Capsho Kite Fins up, I'm in trouble. As it stands, I swing in with Resolute Archangel. He chumps with the Capsho Kite Fins, and the Archangel lives. The Kite Fins die. This is something big. Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. In comes a Hornet Queen with Kite Fins. He gets to tap 5 creatures down, meaning he can swing in for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He can swing in for 12. He could swing in for what would have been lethal last turn. But on the snapback, he would live, unfortunately. So he swings in for 12. I draw a Titanic Growth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, he can block everything. What are the odds that I can convince him to let one thing through? Let's play this and distract him. And then I'm going to swing in with everything. Maybe he'll see it as a desperation tactic. If he doesn't block one creature, I win, because I can Titanic Growth my Satyr Wayfinder. I'm certain he'll just block them all, though. It would be foolish not to. Nothing has trample, unfortunately. So yeah. That's the end of that. Oh, good game. Hornet Queen. That is an unfortunate card to have to play against. makes them unblockable just because you can, and that is that. Alright, what can we do against a Hornet Queen? Basically win before it comes out. It's only a 2/2, so Pillar of Light doesn't do anything. Pillar of Light kills Willforged Golem. But I think that's about all I saw, really. I still don't like Restock. Is there anything bad against him? Maybe walls? Yeah, I don't really know if there's anything we can do against him other than just win faster. So, yeah. I guess that will be the game plan for game 2, is win faster. First step of winning faster is playing first. Second step is having an okay opening hand. I'll keep. We saw this opening hand before, or basically this opening hand. Again, unfortunately, there's not quite the extension I want. There's nothing past the Satyr Wayfinder. If he drops his Coral Barrier on turn 2, does it come out? Yeah, I think turn 2. Then unfortunately I'm going to have a bit of a wall in front of me. Literally, actually. So I'm going to swing in for 1 here. Take 1 damage. I will Satyr Wayfinder. I will take that Plains, throw away the Razorfoot Griffin, the Restless Swiftclaw, and the Midnight Guard. All cards that I desperately kind of wanted next turn. Down comes a Welkin turn. I'm okay with that. I can still race. So let's do that. Let's swing in for 2. Let's swing in for 2. At some point we're going to swing in for 2. And that point is now. Alright, in for 2, he can't block it, and we'll say go. Next turn, who knows what I'll do. Perhaps swing in for 2. So we'll be at 4. 4 is where my game starts to pick up. Undergrowth Scavenger would actually be okay. It would be a 3/3. So he's going to swing in for 2. He hit his land drop. I could see the Amphin Path Mage coming down. Oh, he's got Hornet Queen and Hornet Nest. That is not what I want to see. So yeah, I will drop this Paragon here. I guess I just need to get those Hornets out. So just swing in for 2, get 2 Hornets. Oh, okay. He doesn't want the Hornet Nest to die. Maybe he wants the Hornet Nest up for if I overwhelm. Taps the Hornet Nest. I'm kind of okay with that, actually. Green, green, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make it a 5/5. Oh, I wish that Hornet Nest would be tapped 1 more turn. Alright, so we are going to not swing in. We're going to Nissa's Expedition, grabbing a forest and a forest. And we're going to say go. So next turn, these can all be 5/5s with trample, actually. Or no, sorry. No, none of them can be trample because you have to tap. Right. That's unfortunate. So he's going to swing in for 6. I'm okay with that. Go down to 12. Resolute Archangel would be a big draw, as it always is. So down comes that. Down comes a Titanic Growth. Well, that's an interesting option. Green, green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Green 1. So I could have a 9/9. Alright, well I don't know if I have many outs here because he has so many flyers. I'm going to swing in with this and hope that he blocks with the Nimbus of the Isles, in which case I'll Titanic Growth and give him Trample. It's a really kind of out there plan. Oh, he doesn't block at all. So I will just Titanic Growth him right now, taking him to 7. If he then wants to swing in for 9, I can snap back and do a pretty good amount of damage with Overwhelm. M15 Path Mage comes down. I assume that and that are going to come in? All 3 are going to come in, okay. So let me see, I can have 2 5/5s. And I could give 1 Trample. So that's basically the only out, is I Overwhelm. And if I go in, he has to block 2. If I go in, he doesn't have to block 1. Basically, I'm trying to confuse him with combat math, and if he can do math, he knows exactly what he needs to not do here. Unfortunately, I also screwed my mana up here, but whatever. We were going to lose anyways, so one last hurrah. We swing in. He blocks. He blocks. He doesn't block. He blocks. Oh, I guess I... Could I have done it? Yeah, if I left 1 green untapped, I could have done 3 damage to him, taking him to 4. And there's a bunch of Hornets, and that is going to be game. This I'm pretty confident in conceding from. So that was the draft. We went 1-2, not a great record for the first one here. Luckily, match 1 was pretty exciting. Match 2, we got pretty stomped. Match 3, flyers were, of course, my big problem. I really needed some plummets. My Netcaster Spider never came out. But yeah, so that has been the currently unnamed draft series. If you have any comments, definitely let me know. I will be doing more drafts in the future. As I said, I'll be doing some stipulation fun drafts. I'll be doing more serious drafts, of course. I may at some point get into constructed, but we're currently just going to start with limited content. So yeah, thanks for watching.